Good morning everyone. My name is Valen. I am from Houston Institute of Technology. Today I am going to present my project titled Online Food Ordering Platform. Nowadays technology has changed the way people order food. Earlier, customer has to visit a restaurant or call to place an order. Today, they can simply use the website or mobile application to order food from anywhere. This project is developed using MERN Stack, which stands for MongoDB, Express.js, React.js, and Node.js. The main objective of this project is to provide a simple, secure, and user-friendly platform where customer can browse restaurant, choose food item, place order, make online payment, and view their order history. This project also helped me to understand how real-world web application is built by connecting front-end, back-end, database and payment gateway. In this presentation, I will explain the project overview, technology used, system architecture, backend structure, workflow, database, security, API, strengths and future improvement. Now let us start with the project overview. What is a project? This project is a full stack web application, which means it has both front end and back end. The front end is what the customer sees and interact with. The backend process the customer request and communications with the database. Let me explain complete process with an example. Suppose I want to order a burger. First I open the website. If I am a new customer, I create an account using my name, email and password. If I already have an account, I simply log in. After login, I can browse different restaurants available on the platform. Each restaurant has its own menu with different food items. I choose the burger and add it to my shopping cart. After selecting all the required food items, I proceed to checkout. Next, I enter my delivery address. Then I complete the payment using step. Once the payment is successful, the backend stores the order information in Mongoose. Finally, I receive confirmation that my order has been placed successfully. Later, I can open the My Order page and view all my previous order. This project automates the complete ordering process. Instead of calling restaurants manually, everything is handled through the website. This saves time for both customer and restaurant owners. Next, technology stack. Now let us discuss the technology used in this project. This application is built using MERN Stack. The first technology is React.js. React is used for developing the front end. It creates attractive web page and provide a better user experience. React updates only a required part of the web page. Instead of reloading the entire page, this makes the application faster. The second technology is Redux Toolkit. Redux is used to manage application data. For example, when a customer adds food item to the shopping cart, Redux stores the cart data. Even if the customer visits another page, the card information remains available. Next is Node.js. Node.js allows JavaScript to run the server. It receives requests from the front end and sends response back. Next is Express.js. Express is the backend framework. It creates REST API. Whether the front end needs data, it sends a request to the Express. Express forward the request to the correct controller. Then we have a MongoDB. MongoDB is the database. It stores all information such as customers details, restaurant details, food items, order, shopping carts. Then MongoDB stores data as documents instead of tables, making it flexible and easy to scale. For security, this project uses JWT. JWT stands for JSON Web Token. After a successful login, the server creates a token. Whether the customer accesses protected pages like profiles or horror, the token is verified. The project also uses bcrypt. Bcrypt encrypt password before starting them in the MongoDB. This improves application security. Finally, online payment or proceed using script. Strips securely handles debit card, credit card and online payment. All this technology work together to create a complete MERN Stack application. And another is system architecture. These slides explain how all part of the application communicate. The first component is the user browser. The customer opens the web page using a browser. The browser loads the React frontend. Suppose the customer click the login button, React send the HTTP request user actions. The request reach the Express backend. Express checks which API has been called. Then Express forwards the request to the appropriate controller. The controller contains business logic. For example, during logic, the controller checks whether the email and passwords are correct. If database information is required, the controller communicates with MongoDB through Mongos. The MongoDB returns the request information. If the customer is making a payment, the backend sends the payment request to Strip. Strip securely process the payment and return the payment status. Finally, the backend sends a JSON response back to React. React updates the web page immediately. The entire process takes only a few seconds. So, complete data flow is customer to React frontend, React frontend to Express backend, that to controller, that's to MongoDB or Strip, and that's to React, and that's to customer. This architecture separates the front-end, back-end and database. Because of this separation, the application becomes easier to maintain and update. And another is backend structure. Now let us explain the backend structure of the project. The backend is the heart of this application because it handles all business logic, database communication and security. The backend is developed using Node.js and Express.js to keep protect, organized. The backend is divided into different folders. The first folder is roots. The roots folders contain all API URLs. Whether the frontend send a request, if first some come to the request. For example, when the users click the login button, the login request first reach the login roots. The next folder is controller. Controller contains the business logic. For example, if the user login, the controller checks whether the email exists, verifies the password, create a JWT token and sends the response back. The next folder is models. Models defines the database structure. Each models represent one data MongoDB collection. For example, we have model for users, restaurant, food item, card and order. The next folder is middleware. Middleware act like a security checkpoint. Before allowing a customer to access protect pages, The middleware check whether the user had a valid JWT token. If the token is valid, the request continues, otherwise access is denied. The last folder is config. The folder contains MongoDB connection, environment setting. This modular structure has many advantages. It keeps the code clean, it makes debugging easier, it allows multiple development to work on different modules without confusion. In professional software development, almost every backend follows this modular structure. Next, main functional modulars. This project is divided into 6 major functional modules. Each module performs a specific task. First module is authentication. This module allows customers to create an account and login. It also provides profiles update, password update, and password restart functionality. The second module is restaurant management. This module displays the list of restaurants. Customer can select any restaurant and view its available menu. The third module is food item module. This module displays all available food items. Each food item contains information such as name, price, category, description and available stock. The fourth module is cart module. When the customer chooses food item, they are added to the shopping cart. Customer can increase or decrease the quality or remove item before placing the order. The fifth module is payment module. Once the customer is ready to order, the payment module processes the online payment using Strip. Strip securely verify the payment detail before confirming the transaction. The final module is order module. After successful payment, the order is created and stored in MongoDB. Customer can later view all these previous orders from the My Order page. Separating the application into modules makes the project more organized. If we want to improve one module in the future, we don't need to change the entire project. This is one of the advantages of the modular program. Next, customer workflow. This slide explains the complete workflow of this application. Let us understand it using an example. Suppose I want to order a pizza. The first step is to register or log in. If I am a new customer, I create a new account. If I already have an account, I simply log in. After login, I can browse different restaurants available on the platform. Each restaurant contains its own menu. It selects the food item that I want. For example, I choose one pizza and one juice. These items are added to my shopping cart. Before placing the order, I can check total amount. If I want, I can remove any item or change the quality. Next, I enter my delivery address. Then I process the payment. Strip process the payment securely. The payment is successful, the backend creates the order. The order information is stored in MongoDB. Finally, I received an order confirmation. Whenever I log in, I can open the My Order page to all the previous order. This is the complete customer journey. The workflow is simple, user-friendly and similar to popular applications like Swiggy and Zomato. And next, authentication and security folder. Security is one of the most important part of any web application. Without proper security, customer information can be stolen. This project uses multiple security techniques. When the customer enter an email and password, the backend first searches the database for the users. If the users exist, the password entered by the customers is compared with the encrypted password stored in the MongoDB. This comparison is done using bcrypt. Bcrypt never stores the original password. Instead, it stores encrypted version. It makes password theft very difficultly. After successful verification, the backend generates JWT token. JWT stands for JSON Web Token. This token acts like a digital identity card. Whenever the customer accesses the protected pages such as profile, payment or orders, this token is sent to the server. The middleware checks whether the token is valid. If the token is correct, access is generated, otherwise access is denied. This prevents unauthorized user from the accessing customers' data. Another security feature is input validation. The application checks whether the email format is correct, whether the password length is valid, and whether the required fields are entered. These security measures help make the application reliable and secure. And next is order processing and stock management. Now I will explain the how the application process an order after the customer click the place order button. This is one of the most important process in the project. When the customer confirms the project, the front end sends the order details to the backend. The backend first check whether the customer is logged in. If the customer is not authenticated, the order cannot be placed. After authentication, the backend check every food item selected by the customer. For each food item, it verifies whether the item exists in the database. If the item does not exist, the backend return an error message. If the item exists, the backend check the available stock. For example, suppose the restaurants have only 4 burgers available. If the customer ordered 2 burgers, the order is accepted because enough stock is available. If the customer ordered 10 burgers, the backend rejects the order because the stock is insufficient. If the enough stock is available, the backend reduces the available quality. For example, available stock is 10, customer stock is 3, remaining stock is 7. Then order details are saved in the MongoDB. The order contains customer information, restaurant details, food item, quality, delivery address, payment detail, total amount, order status. This process prevents customer from ordering unavailable food. This also keeps restaurants inventory update automatically. This improves the reliability of the application. Transition. Core database connection. Next. MongoDB is the database used in the project. Instead of storing information in the tablet like SQL database, MongoDB stored in the collection. Each collection stores a specific type of information. The first collection is user. It stores customer details like name, email, phone number, password, user's role. The second collection is restaurant. It stores restaurant information like restaurant name, address, contact details. The third collection is menu. Each restaurant has its own menu. This collection stores menu information. The fourth is food item. It stores food name, price, category, description, stock qualities. The fifth collection is cart. Whenever customer add item before checkout, the information is temporarily stored in the collection. Finally, order collection stored completed order. It contains customer details, order details, payment status, delivery address, total amount, order date. All these collections are connected using Mongoose, making it easy to retrieve related information. For example, one order is linked to one customer and one restaurant. This relationship helps manage data efficiently. Now let us see how the front end communicates with the backends. Now this slide here importance API endpoints. The API for Application Programming Interface. It is used for communication between front-end and back-end. Whether the customer click a button and API request is sent. For example, when the customer create a new account, the sign-up API is called. When the customer is login, the login API verifies the email and login password. When the customer opens the profile page, The profile API return users information. When the customer clicks the page button, the page API communicates with the strip. When the customer confirms the order, the create order API stores the order in the MongoDB. When the customer opens my order, the my order API retrieves all previous order. The API use different HTTP method. For example, get, retrieve information, post, create new data, put, update existing data, delete, remove data. REST API make communication between front-end and back-end simple, secure and efficient. Now, strengthen now the strength and future improvements. Every project has strength and areas for improvement. Let me first explain the strength. The first strength is the clean architecture. The front end and back end are separated, making the application easier to maintain. The second strength is the modular backend. Each modular performs a separate function. This improves reliability and debugging. The third strength is secure authentication. Passwords are encrypted using bcrypt. JWS protects user session. The fourth strength is the strip payment integrated, which provides secure online transaction. The fifth strength is MongoDB, which efficiently store application data. In future, the project can include admin data field for managing restaurant and user, restaurant owner panel to update menus and prices, delivery partner module for tracking deliveries, live ordering tracking using maps, customer reviewing and rating, push notification for ordering updates, coupon and discount system, AI-based food recommendation, cloud deployment using AWS and mobile application using React Native. Now finally, the conclusion. To conclude this project, demonstrate a complete MERN Stack online food ordering platform. Through this project, I learned how different technology work together. React provides the user interface. Express and Node.js provide client requests. MongoDB stores application data. JWS and bcrypt improve security. Strip handles secure online platform. This project follows a proper client-server architecture and demonstrates the complete lifecycle of a online order. Now we go to the demonstration. Here in that we have see the complete web page of the food ordering page. Here we can use logout. You can see at the right logout successful. Now go to here and enter the email as 7208. My email I am entering and password I am entering, and after enter that you have see 6 restaurant in it. Now in the each restaurant you can see the food items in the each restaurants. Here you can see the all the items that is shown here. Here we can also edit our profile, like here we choose edit profile here, and here we choose like rename my name and update, and updated is shown here. After updating here, After evading here, we can see that login here. You can see here as a VLAN. Now they having a card, we can delete the items. Now go to you can see total of 6 restaurant. Here we can use pure veg. In that you can see all the veg items here, veg restaurants are given as short by reviews, and you can see all the items. In this restaurant we want to add hummus butter here and also green salad, and we have adding these two. Let us see in the card. The show it is showing in the card. You can see it here. I think we have added here also we can add one or two, or see here minimum quality reached. So we can adding the numbers by add option, or we can reduce using the minus option. If we don't need this, or you can use the delete button. Okay, and next we move to the payment method. Here we can see the payment method. We are using UPIs and credit or debits, also net bankings, and also the wallet, and also the cash on delivery, and we can use it with place order. So this is the complete structure of the restaurant. You can see here this is the complete structure of the restaurant. Thank you.